Yo, what's up you guys? Meki LT here. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. So in today's video, I want to talk about how I'm going to modify this frame right here that I got off of Facebook Marketplace. So it's actually designed for 8 GPUs, but the space in between them is pretty massive. So if we look at these two right here, I'm measuring about like 4¼ inches between the where the two GPUs would be from center to center, and then if I can try and fit in 10 GPUs, I already measured it out between all of them. And I'll see if my camera can pick this up, but I got just under 3¼ inches from center to center if I got 10 on here, and I think that's reasonable because on this rig back here, this is 530/70s and a 1660, but if I measure the spacing between these guys, I'm getting just below like 3¼ inches on that. So I don't have any heat issues with this. So I shouldn't have any issues fitting 10 of them on this, and I don't really think I'm going to have any heat issues just because the 3070s are GDDR6 and it's not the X variant, so they don't get insanely hot like the X's do. But yeah, so I got the 4 off Facebook Marketplace with the frame. I got a Founders Edition from Best Buy, and I've got 5 3070s on this frame already. So I'm going to do is I'm going to take 4 of these out, swap them over to this. That'll get me to 9. And then I've got a couple more 3070s over here as well in the back. So I'm going to take one of those and throw it onto the frame as well. And then for the 5th one right here that I'm not using, I'm going to throw this into my PC actually. And in my PC, I've got a 6700 XT, and looking forward a little bit to one of my next builds that I'll be doing is I got a 6800, a 6700 XT, and another 6700 XT. So I want to put these 3 plus the one out of my computer into this frame right here, and these are 2 5700 XTs and then 2 5700s, and I'll take the 4 6600s out, and I'll end up doing another build with those. But yeah, so I've got a lot of swapping around between GPUs and mining frames and builds and stuff like that, but I want to focus on this one for today, and then the other ones I can make some other videos on. But yeah, I'll go and gather up my tools to start putting these 10, well, it'll be 20 holes actually, it'll be 2 holes for each GPU. But I'll go and get my center punch. I got a drill and a tap, and then I'll start working on getting these things drilled and tapped out, and then we'll be able to get the GPUs on there. Alright, so I got all the tools gathered up and I got everything set up. See, I got a vise on my table, and I got the aluminum bar clamped into it. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to use my calipers here and just eyeball off a center where the hole locations are going to be, and then also off of the edge right here. I used to be able to eyeball within 5/1000ths of an inch with my calipers back when I was a machinist, so the measurements for this isn't too critical because GPUs have a ton of play with how they sit in the screws, so I'm confident that I'm good for eyeballing within 10/1000ths. So I'm not too worried about that. But once I'm done doing that, I don't have any cutting oil, so I just had some gun oil laying around. That'll work for oiling up the drill and the tap, and that'll be all good. But yeah, I'll start with laying out the lines of where I'm going to center punch everything. And once I'm done that, I'll drill and tap it out. So I got the center of all the holes marked out where they're going to be. So what I ended up measuring was 140 thousandths from the edge of the bar over to the center of the hole, and then off the center point to each hole is 0.4, or between the two holes, 800 thousandths or 0.8 inches between them in total. So up next I'll be center punching, and then as I do that, I'll move the bar down so that way the vise is backing it up. And then once I'm done doing that, I will drill and tap all of the holes, and then modifying this thing will be done.
$3.80. Complete your payment transaction. $82.80. Complete your payment transaction. To repeat this information, payment $2.80. Complete your payment transaction. $82.80. Complete your payment transaction.
Alright guys, I just finished drilling and tapping all the holes in this. It's looking pretty good. I didn't have any issues doing it. So one thing I want to mention is normally you'd clean a tap off like after every time you tap a hole or something like that, but this is aluminum and it's like maybe 1/8 of an inch thick. It's really not that thick, and there's a ton of leads on the tap, so I really wasn't too concerned about needing to clean it out or anything like that. And while I was tapping the holes, I wasn't putting any downward pressure on it. I was just letting the weight of the tap handle be the downward force on it, and I was just turning it. And once the leads grab on the tap, then it starts pulling itself in. So definitely when you're tapping holes, especially using small taps like this, you don't want to force anything, and if something feels wrong, just back it out and take a look at what's going on. And that's advice from somebody that was a machinist for 8 years. So I'm gonna get this thing all cleaned up. I'm gonna wipe it down and get all the shavings off of this, and then the best way to get the crud out of the threads is to blow some compressed air in it. And if you don't have that, you can probably use like one of those dusters that you can get for cleaning out computers. That's what I've got laying around, so I'll probably just use that to get the stuff out of the threads. But once I'm done doing that, I'll get this back on the frame and see how a GPU fits on there. Alright guys, so I got the bar installed back onto the frame. Here's the finished product. Looks pretty good. Have no issues with anything. One thing I do want to talk about is the burrs that are on this. These things can be pretty dangerous, so you can either deburr them or just be really careful around them. I'm just going to leave them the way they are and just be aware of whenever I move the frame or pick it up or whatever that those are on there. But the gap from the inside edge to the face of the fans is about 12.5 inches, and my largest card by far is the 3070 for the win. That's 11.5 inches long. I'm not even using that, but I just kind of wanted to measure it because it's the largest one that I have, and so that'll fit in there just fine. So yeah, this will probably wrap up this video. I don't want it to be too long, and then I'll make another one about actually getting all of the GPU mining components onto the frame itself, and I'll have that out soon. But thanks for tagging along, you guys. Thanks for the support so far. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments or anything, leave that in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks. Bye.